guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we will be talking about a platform which provides you voice and video chat API, and it is called ZEGOCLOUD. Today we will be looking into a Flutter application from scratch to integrate live streaming using this ZEGOCLOUD platform. Let's dive deep into their website. It can hardly take around 10 to 15 minutes to integrate it properly. And other thing is that they provide you something like UI kits, which makes it more easier for a particular developer to integrate inside your application, like live streaming, video, audio, or chatting API. So as you can see on their website, they have around 30 plus billion end users annually, and then they have 3 plus billion daily call minutes and 212 plus countries and region, which is fairly a nice number to trust on a particular platform. So this is their homepage. You can find their products, different like video call, voice call, live streaming, and bunch of other APIs that they have provided. And then they have different type of solutions, what type of solution they can provide, and these solution could be your ideas as well. If you are making something like fitness, e-commerce, telehealth, education, and social related products, you can integrate their APIs, which could be like live streaming or video chatting or audio plus normal text chatting. And in their developer section you can see their UI kits. If I can click on the UI kits, you can start building right away by using their UI kits. And the beauty of this platform is like they have already created this UI for you guys. All you have to do, whatever the platform you are using, React Native, it should be component. If you're using Flutter, it could be like widgets, and it is also achievable in native Android and native iOS as well. And also for web platform, they have written their APIs in JavaScript. All the stuff under the hood they have done for you, so it's so easy to integrate. So today we'll be looking into this particular platform, how you can integrate that. You can go ahead and sign up to their console dashboard. Okay, so they have a basic form which you can fill out and start your free trial. If you register as a free trial, then ZEGOCLOUD will give you around 10,000 free minutes, so which is fairly a nice number to start with particular platform and test specific thing related to your application. So I have already created my account, so I will quickly log in. So I am here on the dashboard now. You can see I have already created a couple of projects to test this platform. For you guys, I have prepared this particular project, but before that I can also walk you through how you can create your own. Like if you click on this plus button, you can click here and you can choose whatever the use case for you. Like if you want to implement voice and video call, you can select this. You can also select live streaming if you want to do live streaming. Then we have a live audio room and bunch of other UI kits available. In our today's tutorial is related to Flutter. We will be implementing their live streaming API or UI kit inside the Flutter application. You can give it a project name in this section. There are two ways to get started. One is the UI kits and other is to use their SDK. That means that if you want to use their SDKs and you want to customize something, up to the low level core APIs, you could do that, and you can also implement something customizable. But if you don't want to do that, you can directly use their UI kits and you will have their inbuilt UI within matter of minutes, believe me. So it's fairly simple. You can just click on start with the UI kit and jump right into the Zego with Zubair, which I have already created. So this is my project name, and this thing is important, your app ID and your app sign. In the start you just need app sign and app ID for now, but if you have created this project, you can easily start building something on Flutter. Here we go. For saving time, I have already created a basic project in Flutter, just a basic boilerplate with hello world on the screen. First we need to go to pubspec.yaml and just adding in a few dependencies. I have already copied that. Let me paste it here. So first thing is like Zego UI kit pre-build live streaming. So this library or this particular dependency is used by ZEGOCLOUD to display the UI kit as a live So we will see that in demo. So next thing I need is UUID so that I can create a unique user ID, because I will be interacting with a couple of users. One would be a host and the other would be acting as an audience. So third thing is share preferences. So I'm creating a small login screen so that you could easily differentiate between two users. So now I will quickly create a login screen login screen dart. So let me quickly copy paste this whole screen, because to save time I just need to solely focus on ZEGOCLOUD. So another dependency which I have added, share preferences. We can create another file which is called utils probably, or you can create constants. So for now, for the demo purpose, it's fine. We can create a utils, and we need to copy this login data. So login data basically is our model, which contains username, ID, session ID, which is kind of a live ID. Let's say if I am host and I have logged in with my username and I'm hosting some live streaming. So let's say if my session ID is like session underscore 123, then whoever will join this session, he or she would see me as a host, and they can see me live on a video screen. So that we will see in the demo as well. Okay, so this is our login data, and then next thing we want to create is preferences class, which I can copy from my other code as well, which I have already created for you guys. So now we can import this login data thing, and yeah, so this live page we will create in a bit. Live stream, let's say stream underscore screen dot. I need an app ID and app sign, so I will create const, not here, maybe we could go into the util section and we can say const app ID, and I will be putting in my app ID, and then you can make sure you will add your own app ID. So for now I am just putting in some dummy information, and later on I will be replacing it with live ID. Now we need to create this particular live page, which should be like a stateless widget. So we will call this live page. Here comes the ZEGOCLOUD come into play. So first we need to create a couple of variables which we need that while using this screen. We can easily replace our constructor with this, and then instead of placeholder again we will be using something like safe area, and then instead of child, what we will going to do, so we will be using Zego UI kit and then pre-built live streaming. So that would be the widget which they have created already inside Flutter. You don't have to create behind the scene functionality like UI or how they interact behind the scene. You just need to provide your basic data like app ID, and then we can provide app sign, and then we need user ID, which will be coming from login data dot user ID, and then we will have username, which will also comes from login data dot username, and then what else we need is called live ID in ZEGOCLOUD. We named it session ID, that's fine. We can call login data dot session ID, and then config. So configuration is important. If it is a host, then Zego UI kit pre-built live streaming config, and it is dot host, and else this thing will be same config, and we will say dot audience. So host has something different in the UI section as well. It can view all the users, it can do other stuff, removing the users and stuff like that, but audience have some different roles. They only can view and send maybe some chatting or text chatting, stuff like that. So this is our login screen, and if you can see its UI, it's nothing fancy, just a couple of text fields. One is the username and other is the session ID. Then there is a login button. So after pressing the login, we are calling this method, and then this is login data, which is our model. We are filling all the things and putting inside is logged in as true, and then inside our preferences we are just saving this particular login data. That's it, nothing fancy. So next what we are doing is asking the navigator to move from this login screen to our live page, which is, if user contains Zubair, then I will be making it as a host. So one last thing what we need is like inside our main.dart. Okay, so we should make this async as well, because we are getting preferences, login data preferences. We will pass this login data into the main app, this dot login data, and then just simply do like this, final login data. So now we will save our application, and the last thing we want to do is, let's say if I remove this whole thing, so instead of hello world, now our application will come into play. So if login data dot is logged in, then what we want to do is displaying the live page. Okay, and inside the live page we will be passing login data along with his host as well. So we will say login data dot username dot contains, and this is Zubair. So this is just for the demo purpose, and now we need to provide else part, and else it will be moving to login screen. Okay, so for some reason we were using const before the material app, that's why it was giving this particular error. So now we have removed this and the error has been gone. So now what we need to do is we need to run this application from scratch. For iPhone 14 Pro we can run this application from here, and we can run flutter run -d in order to run on the physical device. From the command line you can run like this, and flutter devices will give you all the connected devices, so we can run on different devices. So this one is my real iPhone device. So from my real iPhone device I will be logging in, including the username Zubair, so that it could be host, acting as a host, and the other user we could name anything, so that will act as an audience. And before doing that, let me also run it on my real device first. Let me press enter. Okay, I will be back in a bit by connecting my iPhone device so that I can mirror my iPhone device to show you guys that my camera is working with ZEGOCLOUD. Here you go guys, I have already run the application on both on my real iPhone device. So this one is my real iPhone device, which I can show you on the screen, and this is my iPhone simulator. So from my real iPhone device, let me enter the credentials, and I will put username as Zubair so that it could be the host, and session should be like session 1. Okay, and then I will log in. So you see it is asking me to access my camera. I will press OK, and for microphone, yes, okay, let's give the permission. You can see the camera is already here. If I can show you my screen right here, I'm recording this tutorial, so it is displaying right here. Let me put down this camera and let me add something like, let's say username John, and session should be session 1. So it should be in the same session, and let me start on my iPhone. Let's say if I press this start button, you are seeing that this is the username Zubair, you host, so it means it's only one user. Now if I log in from this particular simulator, you will noticing that this particular user has increased its count. So let me quickly log in that. Okay, so now you can see, if I can click on this host, you see John and Zubair, there are 2 persons now. And similarly inside the simulator we have Zubair and John. So John is you, so this simulator is you as John, and Zubair is acting as a host. So let's say if I want to send some message from my real iPhone, let me open it, grab it, and let me send this message, hello John, and send this message. You will see right away on the screen, you will see a message like hello John, and if you click here and you say hello Zubair, so it will directly send the message here as well. So they are both are connecting through this live streaming. And because of the limitations of the camera thing, I think on simulator I couldn't show you the camera. That is why I have installed this particular application on my real iPhone, so that I can show you like this. And I can also turn off my camera. There is a something shadow around this particular avatar, so it is showing that someone is speaking from here. If I can show you the screenshot which I already took previously, so it is kind of a, you can say, a log data which is maintaining by ZEGOCLOUD again, that what is happening behind the scene and what type of events are successful. There are quite a lot of useful information in the log section in the terminal if you run your application through terminal like flutter run -d and then on the real device. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do try this ZEGOCLOUD platform. It's really helpful, and you see it's just a few lines of code and you can integrate your live streaming very easily. So if I could go this class, so you see this much code we just write for the live streaming. Other than that, it's just the nitty-gritty, that how you connect it and how you make a whole scenario to create your app. So see you in the next video. Bye bye for this one.